Hello everyone and welcome to the RBSTS heat races here at Homestead to kick off this season 4 of the NSDCA. Each heat will consist of 14 drivers, 7 of which will advance. The other 7 will go to the last chance qualifier to try to battle with that. But the cutoff will be at position 7, which is where AJ Jones starts now. Each heat is 10 races. If you DNF a heat, you cannot race in the LCQ, and your weekend will be done. Let's go down trackside for the first command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And with the engines fired, let's take you down a real quick starting grid. With all these new rookies this season in the RBSTS, it's going to be hard to pick up some of these drivers, and a few drivers running the same paint schemes. You see the two 17s of TJ Smith and John Felber. They both run the same 17 for outside line sim racing. But right now your pole sitter, Philip Papura in the 04, and alongside him, a two-time MDCS race contender, Jake Rogers. Behind them, you have Julio Caesar in the 49, and Christian Holder in the 31. TJ Smith sits in the 17 with Derek Lawson to his outside in the 44. Then AJ Jones, the driver coming back from retirement, he will be starting 7th in his heat with John Felber on the outside. Then it's Austin James and Cody Hagan back from his injury from last season in the RBSTS races. Anthony Lehman returns to his number 7, and Josh Oshinga takes the 6 away from Fisher G, who moved up to the MDCS, and Carson Hill and Austin Rogers. The bottom 3, the 6, the 14, and 45, all did not make qualifying times. Oshinga had to go to a backup engine. Hill and Rogers both crashed on their qualifying lap. Coming around, Philip Papura in front with Jake Rogers in that 13 on the outside. And you see the GoDaddy Motorsports number 49 of Julio Caesar sitting behind. Coming around out of the corner, there'll be a camera focused on the cutoff spot the entire race. But we will be focusing on everywhere on the track. Coming down the front straightaway, green flag is in the air, and we are racing Papura versus Rogers. We're racing at Homestead, the first heat of the weekend. TJ Smith already all over the back of Julio Caesar in that 49. Oshinga drives it a little wider further back. Now it looks like the 49 is getting pushed up the track by TJ Smith. There are no cautions in the heat as well, so if you crash, your day is pretty much done. There are no cautions for all 10 laps. Now TJ Smith has AJ Jones right on his back bumper. That is 6th and 7th right there. The 44 is the 7th car in line. That would be the transfer spot right now. And the 44 is going to get punched out of the way by John Felber. That allows Cody Hagan to sneak to the inside. Everyone beating and banging. 2 and 3 wide down the front straightaway. Some contact there between the 04 and the 13, but down the front straightaway they go. 7 cars starting to break away, and that is your group that are trying to lead this. They're going to go 4 wide into the corner. Holder up the middle with Julio Caesar. The 44, Lawson's in the wall with Lehman. They are still 3 and 4 wide coming off the corner. Cody Hagan, Josh Oshinga, they're going to push. They're going to touch together. Great race in there, and they all make it through. Up in front still Papura. AJ Jones now into 3rd, but the battle for the cutoff spot is right there. 3 by 3 in there. Oshinga now runs it wide. These cars are very low on the grip. They will slide around, and especially with these guys, they do not have spotters. That's why the 17s can run the same paint scheme. They don't have spotters, so no one's going to be really confused other than the viewers, I guess. But let's go back up front. Jake Rogers all over the back of Philip Papura, and now into the corner. It looks like he's going to give him the bump. The winner of this race will be starting on the pole for Homestead. Philip Papura was the fastest car in qualifying. He's trying to win this race, so he could just be straight on into his pole position. But Papura in that number 04 and Jake Rogers in the 13. Both of these guys looking to make that. AJ Jones now going to get shoved 3 wide. What a run by Austin Rogers this race. He is now up into 3rd position after he DNQ'd after crashing himself. AJ Jones got sent wide. He's going to duck back to the inside, look for that 4th position back again. But there's a big battle now. Cody Hagan and Julio Caesar making contact. It's a big pack of cars right here battling around that 7th position. But now Jake Rogers going right back after Papura for the race, leading that number 04. Now down on the inside, it goes the 13 of Rogers side by side for the race lead as they come off, and it's going to be a drag race down the back straightaway as they've pulled away from Austin Rogers, AJ Jones, and the 46 of Austin James. Into the corner, Jake Rogers looking for that race lead, dives it into the inside, and that will be the lead to the number 13 of Jake Rogers here as we are coming up to 5 of 10 laps completed, 6 to go. We still have a bit of ways through the heat. We'll have a flyby off the corner so you can see where your favorite driver is running in this heat. And let's take a quick look back at the transfer spot, talk about it. Right now, Carson Hill sits in that 7th position. Behind him, Derek Lawson, Cody Hagan, as well as Julio Caesar, Josh Oshinga, all trying to move it on in. And TJ Smith and John Felber right there, as well as Anthony Lehman. But it's all Jake Rogers out in front, pulling away. Right now, him and Purpura are nose to tail down the back straightaway, pulling away, pulling on him. And you might see some bumping and banging here. We've seen a lot of bumping and banging in practice, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Austin Rogers gets sent wide. A.J. Jones still trying to fight his way on through. Remember, no one is locked into this race. You have to race your way in through the heats or you're not in the show at all. Even A.J. Jones, an MDCS race winner and a 3-time Daytona starter in the MDCS and CRTS, he does not even get locked in. So if he cannot make it through this heat or the LCQ, he's out of it. Philip Purpura back to the race lead around the 13 of Jake Rogers as they now pull back down the back straightaway, and it's Purpura in the 04 pulling away 3 wide behind Christian Holder now. 31 goes that, and battle for the transfer spot, Julio Caesar versus Carson Hill. That's 7th and 8th right there. Austin Rogers going up the track further up. A.J. Jones trying to shoot the gap up the middle. He's going to get held off by Christian Holder and Austin James, so Jones is now starting to drop back kind of into that battle further back, but it is right now about a second up to Purpura and Rogers, and everyone else battling further back. Anthony Lehman, let's talk about that 7 car real quick. Lehman, he is one of only 3 drivers returning to his same late model. Lehman has enjoyed the late model racing. Of course, he got a win last season. And contact, Cody Hagan's going to go around on the back straightaway, so that's going to be the end of the 24's chance at making it through the heat off of Derek Lawson, so there's some contact there. But as we were saying, Anthony Lehman is struggling right now in this race. Carson Hill sits 7th right now. He is the last transfer spot. You see further back TJ Smith and Josh Oshinga and John Felber battling right there. But now the transfer spot's starting to heat up. Purpura has pulled away from Jake Rogers, so it looks like in these final 3 laps he should be good. Let's make sure Cody Hagan is still running, so as long as he finishes the heat, he will be in the LCQ. They just got to repair that late model. Down the back straightaway, Austin James versus Austin Rogers, as well as Christian Holder right there. These 5 are going to war. Now A.J. Jones gets shuffled up by Carson Hill. Now A.J. could be losing himself to a transfer spot if Julio Caesar can jump up there. But as they battle, they continue on. The battle for 3rd is raging, though. The 46, 45, and 31 nose to tail. Now Austin Rogers. He has made it from 14th up to 4th, looking for 3rd now. Christian Holder going to get a big move to the bottom. Austin James in the 46 runs it very wide, almost into the wall. This is the first time these guys have been down in Florida at Homestead. It's such a big track. Biggest track these late models have ever ran on. But we have beefed up the safety inside those cars since last season. A lot more padding and a Hans device improvement to these drivers, which helped them a lot, especially after Cody Hagan's incident last season where he was injured. But right now, Philip Purpura has pulled away from Jake Rogers. Austin Rogers in 3rd, no relation with Christian Holder. The 46, the 4, the 14, and 49 will be battling for this one, but we're going to make sure to watch this race leader. The 13, Jake Rogers, could move in. The 04 is going to walk it up the track. Jake Rogers is trying to mount a charge. He's moving that 13 on up here. Off the corner, down the back straightaway for the final time. Who will start on the pole for the Homestead race tomorrow afternoon here in Homestead, Miami? Purpura dives it into the corner. He's going to stick it to the bottom. Jake Rogers trying to carry some momentum off of the corner and coming down the front straightaway for the final time. Rogers is not going to get there, and Philip Purpura, he started this race on the pole. He wins this heat, and you see 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, Carson Hill, A.J. Jones, the last 2 to make it in to the show. A.J. Jones, he was slipping out at the end there, but our first of 4 MDCS and CRTS full-time drivers running in this field. A.J. does get home in 6th, but it is Philip Purpura and the 04 team taking home the victory just over Jake Rogers in that race. Let's go ahead and get these guys set back into their pit boxes as heat number 2 will roll up shortly here in the RBSTS races here at Homestead. Heat number 1 over, heat number 2 coming onto the track. Peter Onjak up in front with Zachary Bilson second, Alex Stevens and Preston Emmons in row 2, Jill Rutkowski and Naomi Ashley in row 3, and Cordell Smith sitting in that transfer spot starting position in 7th with then Stephen Thompson, Rock Petaway, and the 36 of Damian Blue, then the 42 of Roger Ray, Matthew Eves in the 83 who's in a backup car, as well as Alexa Luchin. She has a new engine, and Priya McShane, 2 of the females in this field, Alexa and Priya, both did not set qualifying times. Another 14 cars, another 10 laps, another 10 laps green flag, and another chaotic heat coming up. 2 of 4 heats going to start right here. Peter Onjak getting down to the green flag. The MDCS champion will lead these guys to the green flag, and we are racing for heat number 2 at Homestead. Onjak has Stevens all over the back of him. Already the 27 further back of Rock Petaway getting shoved up to the outside line with Roger Ray. Now Peter Onjak getting shoved into the corner by Alex Stevens. Naomi Ashley's going to go around already. She's up into the wall. So is the 70 of Stephen Thompson. And off of the corner they go. 2 and 3, 2 by 2, not 3 wide, but further back. Now Naomi Ashley, it looks like her, the third of the 3 females in the RBSTS, she has damage. Stephen Thompson as well. Matthew Eves further back. There's Rock Petaway in that 27. Priya McShane, Alexa Luchin already moving on up. Roger Ray sits in that transfer spot, but now it's Alex Stevens going to lead us around to lap number 1, and Joe Rutkowski already looking down to the inside on him. Zachary Bilson, a longtime friend of Peter Onjak, now moves by Peter. That's for that 3rd position. So Peter not having a good heat. Got moved out of the way by Stevens. Now he's back to 4th. Almost into the wall goes Preston Emmons. His teammate Julio Caesar did not make it through the last heat race. But now Alexa Luchin, that's the battle for the transfer spot with Roger Ray, Priya McShane, as well as Preston Emmons. Matthew Eves sitting a little further back. So this is the only race that 2 of the Leeches are in. Now Cordell Smith moving around Peter Onjak. That is for that 4th position. Joe Rutkowski for Pedal to Metal Racing, a longtime friend of Carter Friesen, getting an opportunity this season to drive for the Canadian-based team. He's now in the race lead with Alex Stevens in 2nd. In 3rd, Cordell Smith, also for Pedal to Metal. In 4th, Zachary Bilson. In 5th, Peter Onjak. 6th now, Roger Ray, an Onja Auto car. And the women fight for 7th. Priya versus Alexa. Battle for that 7th position. It looks like it's going to be Priya McShane taking that spot away from Alexa. And further back, Matthew Eves, Damian Blue, the rest of them. Naomi actually has caught up back. So all 14 cars are still within a chance to make or break this race, but the top 3 starting to pull away. Cordell Smith in that 91. Let's go ahead and get a flyby off the corner, and you see Peter Onjak making some moves. Now Preston Emmons roughing Alexa up a bit. Naomi Ashley at the back trying to make some moves, but I don't think she's going to be too happy with Stephen Thompson here. After that impact, and look at that, she's going to dive it into the corner, get in the back of the 70 a little bit, rough him up the track. Now Naomi looks to the inside of Stephen Thompson. Up the track goes Alexa Luchin, and now Matthew Eves is going to try to make a run on her, almost into the wall there between the 2 of them. They still sit behind Priya, who sits in that 7th spot. Now Roger Ray, he spun after his first qualifying lap. He did not make a second one, so he pretty much did start slowest in the field, then made a lap. Now he's going to look under team owner Peter Onjak. Side by side, that is for that 4th position away from these 2 side-by-side drag race down the front straightaway, and that's what they do. But Priya, she started 14th. She was one of the last ones to go out, and she crashed on her opening lap on the front straightaway. She is now to the 6th position, so it looks like starting 14th might just guarantee you a run into the race. Austin Rogers in the 45, he finished top 5 after starting 14th, and now Priya up inside the top 7. Naomi starting to claw her way back. Shade Eves in that 83. He's struggling back in the 13th position. The team just has not had any power this entire weekend. This entire week for the 83 team. NSI, a brand new team. They had late models last season, bought them off of Burkhart Morris Motorsports, and now Matthew Eves, he's sitting 14th. Does not look like he'll be advancing through from this race. Zachary Bilson sitting in the transfer spot. Now Peter Onjak going back after Roger Ray. Roger was one of Peter's favorite drivers to pick up. He signed him immediately as soon as Roger expressed interest. Contact between the 42 and 66 off of the corner. Nice save by Roger. And now Priya all over the back of him. The Anj Auto duo having to work with Priya McShane, the brand new female racer in the series. This is a record-breaking year. We have 4 females in the field. Serena Sankoon, of course, driving for Anj Auto's number 99 that Austin Murray drove last season. Peter Anjak now falling into the last transfer spot. What a race this has been. Started first, now he's back in 7th. The pole sitter from heat number 1, Philip Papura, who put down the second fastest lap time. He went on to win that race and did not fall worse than second. So Peter already has been roughed up by Alex Stevens and now is sitting back just inside the transfer spot. But Joe Rutkowski for Pedal to Metal Racing, he is gone in this 91. He has disappeared from the rest of the field. A 1.5 second gap back to Alex Stevens. Cordell Smith in the 9. Cordell, he actually has a Daytona ride. Impala Racing hired him to drive in the Mountain Dew Custom Series Daytona race, the Valvoline 200 at Daytona, so he is happy to drive that. It'll be his second start of his career in the NSDCA. Now Roger Ray moving into 4th, McShane 5th, Jack and Bilson battle for that 7th spot. And look at Naomi Ashley. She had some speed. She was about mid-pack, but now, even after the crash, she's back into the 8th position. What a run by Naomi today. She could even bump out a past MDCS champion. Preston Emmons further back. Alexa Lucian, it looks like her run has kind of stalled out, as well as Shade Eves, Damian Blue, Rock Petaway. None of them have even made a chance at the transfer spot. And now Naomi Ashley going to look to the inside of Peter Anjak. Coming down to 2 to go. Drag race across the line. Naomi would have gotten that. So Peter, it looks like his late model is not working properly for him. But this could be a big story if Peter Anjak has to race his way in through the LCQ. Now, if he does finish 8th in this event, that will just be better for the LCQ anyway, because if you finished 8th in Heat 1, you'd start on pole for the LCQ. 8th in Heat 2 would be P2, and so on and so forth throughout the entire thing. Naomi Ashley now looking under Preston, or not Preston Emmons. Preston Emmons is behind them. That's Zachary Bilson in the 27. So, wow, what a run by Naomi Ashley. She has come from the back of the pack with all that damage. She's now inside the top 7. Peter Anjak back there in that 444. We're going to watch this battle coming on around here. There's Zachary Bilson in the 27. He might get roughed up by Naomi here. Even if you are in the heat, you still want to gain a few more because it's still hard to pass here. But coming down the back straightaway for the final time, Joe Rutkowski has absolutely put on a clinic in this run. He is up there in that 91. You see the battle for 7th on your screen right now. But Rutkowski in that 91, there's the battle for 3rd. Roger Ray is up here. Naomi Ashley not going to get past. It will be Joe Rutkowski dominating this race with Alex Stevens 2nd. Rest of the field coming by, and Naomi Ashley will be the last one to advance from this heat. Peter Anjak and the 444 will not advance through. He will be starting 2nd in the LCQ. You see him pull up there by Naomi to congratulate her. It at least was a clean pass. He's not too happy on the radio with Alex Stevens, but he is fine with Naomi. Naomi drove her heart out, and she is now into the show. What a run by that 3 car from the back to the front after being crashed. Stephen Thompson had nowhere to go, and also Shade Eves will have to race his way in through the heat, but a struggling 83 car. This could be a heavy weekend for this team, and he might be sent home packing. But Joe Rutkowski wins this one. Let's go ahead and move on to heat number 3. Heat 3 getting underway here. Adam Mitchell and Alex Fletcher on row 1 with Daniel Elliott, Noah Eli row 2. Row 3, Ryan Johnston and the 72 of Aaron Rapid. Row 4, Nick Bergwald and Ethan Hoffman. Row 5, Cody Lamas and Ryan Reed. Row 6, Serena Sankoon, who is in a backup car. Row 7, with her in row 6, I should say, is Ludwig Lutherson. And in row 7, Wyatt Quayle and Martin Dixon. The bottom 4 did not the bottom 4 crashed, but only Serena Sankoon put a lap in. Coming out of the quarter, it's going to be Adam Mitchell and Alex Fletcher on the front row. Daniel Elliott, Noah Eli coming down the front straightaway. Mitchell in that 78. We're going to get racing. Green flag is in the air here from Homestead. Down in turn number 1, it is Adam Mitchell. The surprise of everyone was able to put this car third quickest. And now Daniel Elliott moves into second. A lot of cars going to overdrive that corner. Ryan Johnson in the 5. He moves up. They're going to be 3 wide, 2 rows deep coming off the corner. It's like we are at Daytona here for the Red Bull Short Track Showdown Series. Now remember, both drivers who started 14th on the field both finished inside the top 6 in the last 2 heats to advance. The driver who started last, Martin Dixon, that 84 car driving for Jones Racing Inc. The field is going to spread on out, but it is now Adam Mitchell being attacked by Daniel Elliott. Daniel Elliott driving for Austin Johnson, who piloted that car last year to a second place finish in the Red Bull Short Track Showdown West Series. But Daniel will have some big shoes to fill. He's going to go side by side with Adam Mitchell down the back straightaway. 78 versus 57. You got Alex Fletcher in 3rd, Noah Eli 4th, Ryan Reed 5th, Ludwig Lutherson in 6th, and Cody Lama 7th, with Wyatt Quayle in 8th. Quayle has been demoted from the NDCS to the RBSTS due to his inactivity. The 5 of Ryan Johnston, he started up front, as well as Aaron Rapid. They're both in the back. Something might have happened to Ethan Hoffman there. We'll get a replay on that. But you see now the battle's starting to heat up for this 4th position between Noah Eli, Ryan Reed, Ludwig Lutherson, and Cody Lamas. Wyatt Quayle right now sitting just outside of that top 7 spot. Top 8, though, right in a pack. This is the biggest pack we've seen for the top 8 since the green flag in any of these heats. And right now there you see 6 cars that are kind of struggling. Sarita Sagkud, the 4th lady driver in the field. 3 of the 4 were in last heat. And big crash between Lutherson and Fletcher. 2 cars go around. That's going to be the end of their chances in this heat. Now, Ryan Johnston getting sideways off of the corner. You also see Ethan Hoffman in that 2 car going sideways. Battle for the race lead, Adam Mitchell. That just opened up the entire front pack. Now Wyatt Quayle's in it, as well as Cody Lamas, Ryan Reed, and now Nick Bergwald sits 7th, Serena Sankoon 8th. But there's Martin Dixon again. The driver who started 14th the past 2 races has made it into the heat. Made it through into the top 7 in the heat. He's right now 8th position. Adam Mitchell looking back to the inside. It looks like Peter Onjak, the odd one out of the drivers who started on pole so far in these heats. Right now, Onjak did not make the race. He fell back to 8th in the late running. Right now, both Adam Mitchell and Philip Papura have not fallen worse than 2nd in either of their heats. We still have a while to go. We're only halfway through. Noah Eli now on the inside of Daniel Elliott. That's for 2nd. Battle for 5th between Ryan Reed and the 29 of Cody Lamas, but now Nick Bergwald. He has Serena Sankoon, Martin Dixon, Aaron Rapid, all right on his bumper. Hoffman and the 5 as well, but there you see Fletcher and Ludwig Lutherson, those 2 with damage. Most likely going to be the end of their heat chances. But now Serena Sankoon in that 99 looking to get this Onge Auto 99 into the show. Martin Dixon walks it up the track. You see Aaron Rapid further back in that 72. He almost gets up and into the 84. 84 makes some evasive maneuvers to the outside. They're starting to heat up back there in that battle further back, but now the battle is going to be for 2nd between Daniel Elliott in the 57, Noah Eli in the 25, and even Wyatt Quayle in the 12. Quayle has some experience. Another driver like Jake Rogers. Both had been pushed to the RBSTS due to inactivity, and now they are running for their respective teams, but Wyatt Quayle still in the Butcher Gatorade Motorsports ladder system. He's up to the 4th position. He started back in the 13th spot, so I guess just starting in that last row can get you into the show. Quayle goes up the track. He's going to drop back to 4th. The battle continues to rage on further back, and we'll take another look through the field. You see this top 4 is starting to get a good battle. Ryan Reed back at 5th, Cody Lama 6th. They're trying to catch up into this battle up front. But Adam Mitchell in the 78 continuing to lead here. We have 4 laps to go. Daniel Elliott in that 57 is right there as well. He's all over the back of him. Noah Eli in that 25 might look down to the inside. That's going to be a battle for 2nd if he can make it stick. Noah Eli running for Ford Performance Motorsports, or Ford Performance Racing. If you remember back in Season 1 and Season 2, they fielded the number 94 in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. They have acquired a truck and an MDCS car. They will run both of them at Daytona, as well as the 25 here at Homestead. So it's looking like Ford Performance Racing getting off to a good start. They have a car inside this top 7 right now, battling for the race lead as the field continues on. Daniel Elliott right there. Noah Eli, he's going to move that 57 up the track, 3 wide for the race lead. Mitchell using the outside line. Wyatt Quayle is in the mix. Adam Mitchell almost into the wall. They're 3 wide now. Noah Eli takes the race lead. Quayle's going to jump on the inside. He started 13th. He's up to 2nd. Can he go on to win this race for Butchered Gatorade Motorsports? Adam Mitchell now, he is the furthest back. He's been all race long, back to 3rd, but still he's within hunting distance. He walks it very, very wide up the track. Now Wyatt Quayle going to look to the inside. Ford Performance Racing is the satellite team to Butcher Gatorade Motorsports now. That's why they have the truck and the car, but Wyatt Quayle doesn't care. He's going to take the race lead, and he's looking for this race win here at Homestead. The most battling for the race lead we've seen in any of the heats so far. This has been a wild one. We saw a crash early, and now we have 4 drivers battling for this race win. Adam Mitchell in that 78. Maybe he's just trying to keep it off and not wreck with these guys up here. You see Nick Bergwald 7th still, 8th Sankoon, 9th at 84, so this might be the first race that 14th doesn't make it in, but this might still be the 3rd consecutive race that a back row driver makes it in. However, it doesn't matter now. You can watch the battle for 7th if there's any battle in the top right-hand corner, but it is Wyatt Quayle coming down the front straightaway. He has Daniel Elliott, Noah Eli. It's a 3-horse race for this race win here in heat number 3. Who's going to be starting 3rd in the heat, and who's going to be starting 8th, I think, or 7th? And Daniel Elliott getting his nose to the back bumper. 1 car shoots wide. Adam Mitchell into the outside wall. That's going to give the 22 a run up there. Now Daniel Elliott back on the inside of Quayle. That's going to be side by side for the race lead. Noah Eli in 3rd, trying to make the move. But the 57 game froze there, but the 57 and 12 are going to be side by side coming out of the corner. This might be a drag race coming to the line. Elliott on the inside. He's going to clear Quayle. Quayle walks it up the track. Noah Eli looking for 2nd, but Daniel Elliott shocks at the end. He will win the heat number 3 at Homestead, and it looks like Nick Bergwald will easily sail to a final transfer spot there as well. Congratulations to Daniel Elliott, but a great run by Wyatt Quayle from the back row. He's the driver from the back row that gets to race his way in to the show, and he will be starting pretty high up as well. Let's go ahead to our final heat of the day, heat number 4. And finally, heat number 4. The day is almost over for these guys. For some of them anyway, as the LCQs will be run later. But Jacob Edson and James Ellison on rail 1 with Austin Delgado, Zachary Stecker, Matt Sladek, and Michael Cullen. And then there's the 77 of William Brock, Ashton LaJoy in the 41. Behind them, Logan York and Bobo Jones, Archibald Buttersworth, Trip McGinnis, Jarrett Talmadge, and Nolan Rempel. 14 more cars. Jacob Edson, the Smurf in this field, but we have just one 10-lap shootout to go to end the 4 heats. Coming down the front straightaway, Edson leads us down, and we are racing for the final time in heat number 4. 42 Delgado all over the back of Edson there as he pushes into the corner. Edson's actually going to get the bump from Delgado through the corner. Gets set to the apron. Now James Ellison is going to be forced wide up the track. And these guys are going to be 3 wide. Matt Sladek in the 09 jumping to the inside. 3x3 off of the corner. James Ellison got punted out. Matt Sladek in the 09 trying to capitalize. Logan York, you also see the 77 of William Brock, and now they're 3 wide through the corner. Jacob Edson out in front, and everyone is going crazy already. 4 wide further back. Right there, the 2 at the 85 are going to make some contact down the front straightaway. Ethan Hoffman, no, that's Archibald Buttersworth into the wall with Jarrett Talmadge, and that's going to be the end of their 2 chances at this heat. And you see the GoDaddy Motorsports cars. Something is wrong now with Trip McGinnis further back. The 07 on the apron. No, I think he was just shoved down there. 4 wide once again. Michael Cullen up the middle, splitting them 3 wide. Now Zachary Stecker's going to get turned by James Ellison. The 68 goes around. That's going to cost him a lot. And these guys are going crazy on the first 2 laps here at Homestead. Oh my goodness. Jacob Edson and William Brock, the 10 and the 77. The GoDaddy Motorsports duo, they are first and second. Logan York sits third. Matt Sladek in fourth. Michael Cullen fifth. Nolan Rempel, he started 14th. He's up to sixth, so he might be the last row driver making it in this race. Ashton LaJoy in seventh. Then it is Austin Delgado, James Ellison, Bobo Jones, Trip McGinnis. You see Zachary Stecker, Jared Talmadge, and Archibald Buttersworth. Buttersworth had an engine failure. He put one lap in and had an engine failure. McGinnis had a spin. Talmadge had a crash. Rempel had a crash, but only Rempel is the only one saving anything from it. He's up into the top 5. But the battle for that cutoff spot about to get good. Ashton LaJoy gets shoved up. Michael Cullen right there. They're going to make contact. LaJoy gets turned sideways almost. He saves it. Ellison sideways off of the corner. These guys are going crazy. 3 wide for that transfer spot. This is the race these fans wanted to see. Saving the best for last, I guess. But Jacob Edson is pulling away in that 10 car. He's the only Smurf to do so. Eves, of course, and Onjak both not in the show yet. And A.J. Jones, of course, was only about 6th in his run. Matt Sladek sits 5th. There is the transfer battle right there. Trip McGinnis, he was sideways off the corner a few laps ago. Now he is up into the 7th position, looking under James Ellison. And now almost some contact there. Trip McGinnis in the 07 diving on through the 19. Up the track now. Michael Cullen drops back. They are 3 wide still. This pack of cars is getting insane. Now Nolan Rempel looking for that 2nd position with Logan York on William Brock. This is getting crazy. And now the 47 is going to get punted through the or punts the 82 up the track. Nolan Rempel moving himself into that 2nd spot. William Brock trying to come back on the inside. Logan York there. Jacob Edson is checking out from this, but these guys are going to war back here for every spot on the track. Trip McGinnis sits right now as the transfer spot driver, but I don't think he's going to remain there for long. Michael Cullen in that 19 getting all over the back of him. Those are 2 teammates too from Pedal to Metal Racing. They're roughing each other up a bit. There's James Ellison. He is for Jones Racing Inc. The 41 back there, Ashton LaJoy. Ditech Motorsports is Bobo Jones in that 29. New Shade Industries number 09 of Matt Sladek. These guys are going crazy for these 2 transfer spots that are sitting right in front of them. Now the 1 of James Ellison looking for some moves. Trip McGinnis still holding that transfer spot, but this battle is insane. Michael Cullen on the inside. Ashton LaJoy in that 41. He wants to get that Dodge Charger up into this mix. James Ellison wants to get that Chevy Cobalt into the mix, and the Ford Taurus of Bobo Jones further back, but now it looks like top 7 might be able to spread out. No, McGinnis gets sent wide. Sladek slow on the inside line, and McGinnis is going to go almost all the way to the wall just about. There's a spin in front. Logan York, William Brock, and that's going to stack them up all again. This is crazy. York on the inside. Looks like they're going to make a pass on him 3 wide, but this pack is about 8 cars right in a row now. And what is happening? Michael Cullen goes 3 wide with Trip McGinnis. Ashton LaJoy up the track. Right now you have 2 cars. Edson and Rempel pulling away. Everyone else is in the mix. Now McGinnis is going to get turned by Ashton LaJoy down the back stretch, so that is McGinnis's day done in this heat. He bounces off of the inside wall. Ashton LaJoy now pretty far back. Stecker, Talmadge, and the 2 still back there. But these guys are still going at it in this battle. The 82 of Logan York down to the inside. The 42 of Austin Delgado in the middle. This is from 3rd to 9th right there, and they are battling hard. Right here, 3rd to 9th. That means 2 of these guys will not make it into the show right away. Michael Cullen drives it all the way to the outside line. He's trying to make some line work, or maybe he's just trying to get out of the chaos that is the middle right now. But with 3 to go, the damage has just gotten started. There is Matt Sladek now trying to make the move on William Brock. James Ellison is back into the battle. He was 2nd fastest in this heat. You have Bobo Jones in that 29. He wasn't in the top 7 this entire race. Now he is. Austin Delgado in the 42 as well. Michael Cullen in the 19. He's there as well. The 77 of William Brock in that GoDaddy orange and green Ford. He's back there pushing Delgado. All 3 of those guys going 3 wide are in. Brock's the one that is out right now. Actually, no, those guys would have been 3 wide for that spot. As we said, 2 of these drivers in this pack right here will not make it. Up the track, everyone goes. Sladek wide, Austin Delgado wide, Ashton LaJoy going to take that spot. Sladek and Delgado make some contact. We have 2 laps to go, and Nolan Rempel is now making a move on Jacob Edson for the race lead. Rempel from 14th to 1st. This could be the best drive we've seen all day. Rempel goes around. He clears Jacob Edson. That is the lead for Nolan Rempel, and Butcher Gatorade Motorsports pulling away to the white flag. These guys still battle further back. That'll be up on the top of your screen, but what a run by Rempel. Started 14th. He crashed out at the end of qualifying, and now he has pulled around one of the best on this track, Jacob Edson, and Rempel is on his way home to a victory in heat number 4. An insane race. Rempel made it through multiple crashes. We've seen 3 different incidents during this race, and Rempel's leading them down. The rest of the field battles. Ashton LaJoy ahead of the 09. Bobo Jones gets sent wide. Coming through the corner, Nolan Rempel using the outside line. He will win it from 14th to 1st on the grid. He wins heat number 4. Edson second, and the race to the line. The last car in. It looks like Matt Sladek. No, William Brock was the last one. Sladek is out. Delgado is out. And so is the 29 of Bobo Jones. But Ashton LaJoy jumped up at the end. He's into the show in 6th. William Brock, the last one. Michael Cullen. What a race. Nolan Rempel will come home with heat 4 win. So you'll see the finishing results of all 4 heats on your screen or going across your screen now. But what a finish to this one. What a crazy heat 4. The LCQ will come up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching the 4 heat races. Let's get ready for the RBSTS to continue their exciting performances at Homestead. We'll see you guys at the next one.